Okay, y'all know how we do it on this channel, Have and Have Not fans. We're going to show the trailer for next week's episode, Sugar Mama. After that, we're going to come back and break it down. All credit to OWN Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry Studios.
Where is my money?
Candace.
Did you say Candace?
Tuesdays. Be careful, Candace. When you live by the hustle,
We need to talk. It's Rocky.
you risk dying by it.
He gave you up.
They took Wyatt's inheritance. She is dead this time, all right?
I'm not going back to rehab, man. I told you that.
The devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
No, I don't want to know no devil.
Just remember, Habs fans, this season might be tantalizing,
This could be interesting.
but it's also terminal. Tyler.
All right, and that was the trailer for next week's episode, Sugar Mama. I think I recorded these videos out of order. Y'all know I usually do my episode review, then trailer breakdown, but there were some specific topics that could not wait for a video. So this trailer breakdown might not be as extensive as my others because, well, I've already recorded like 20 videos already. So I'll just dive into the different scenes and we'll go from there. So first off, basically, we have Jim confronting Oscar at the dining area of the Artesian Hotel, going over the fact that you got 24 hours to get my money. I don't know if he says this before or after Oscar says that Candace was the one to take the money. But keep in mind that Candace, well, let's see. She went over to Hannah's house to tell Benny about putting the money in his account, saying that she was going to the bank. This was before 7 p.m. How do I know this? Number one, Hannah got off work at 6 p.m., went back home, fixed dinner and whatnot. Then Derek left and Melissa was there. They were talking. Then she went back upstairs. Candace came by to talk with Benny. Then Benny left to go to the Iron Bone bar where the guy came out of the back and said, hey, we don't open up until 7. So all this happened within the span of less than an hour. Candace said she was going to leave to go to the bank to make the transfer. And I'm wondering to myself, what kind of bank is open past 5 or 6 o'clock? At least in my area where I live at in the United States, like the BB&Ts and whatnot, they close at like 5 or 6 at the latest. So after 6 o'clock, you're pretty much screwed until the next day, unless you're doing like an online transfer or something. But yeah, so as far as we know, the money should be in Benny's account now or as early as tomorrow morning. So even if he comes up with a plan to get the money back from Candace, I don't really know what Oscar can do. Then from there, we have David and Erica in bed. It looks like David hears a noise and grabs like a fire poker. It looks like a fire poker for like the fireplace area. It looks like he grabs a blunt object, goes downstairs, opens the door. It's Jim. And then he's freaking out about the whole thing about Candace taking the money. It looks like Erica is eavesdropping, trying to listen in from upstairs, I'm guessing, because it looks like, you know, she's kind of just putting her ear to the crack in the door, because David probably says, stay up here, I'm going to check and see what's going on downstairs. Given the fact that Veronica just, you know, caught the cars on fire, I can see why he's on guard. So then Jim is on the phone with someone, I don't know who it is, and literally it was like Candace took Wyatt's inheritance money, this time she's dead. And moving on to another part of the trailer, it looks like Benny is back at Hannah's house. He's concerned. I'm guessing he tells Hannah everything about how he took money from Mitch's family, tried to give it back. There was a dead body when I got there. This guy had me at gunpoint, said I did it. He called the cops. We got into a fight. The gun was going off. I don't think that Benny was there when the cops showed up, because if Benny was there when the cop showed up with a dead body on the floor and him fighting off a guy with a gun, I think Benny might have gotten arrested. I hate to say it, but I think the guy that Benny was wrestling with, or, you know, in that scuffle with, I think he gets killed. I don't know if Benny pulls a Wyatt and kills the guy to avoid being killed himself, or during the scuffle, the guy gets shot with his own gun. That's the only logical reason that I can think of how Benny escapes. That's all I can think of. But then you go to Hannah going over to Catherine's house, and she says that one line that I love so much: sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Most likely referring to the fact that, hey, my son Benny needs a lawyer because something went down at this bar. And then Catherine suggests Veronica. I'm just theorizing that. But then as Hannah walks out the door. She says, "I don't want to know no devil," and leaves. Jim looks confused. I don't know if everything is going to be revealed in that episode. Like, I don't know if Hannah's going to say my son went to some bar and then there was this guy that was dead or something like that, because that will really put a strain on the friendship between Hannah and Catherine. Because ironically enough, Catherine wants Wyatt to go to jail. She wants him to pay for this crime he committed, which is a major character shift from season 2, when she was doing everything in her power to prevent him from going to jail for hitting Benny and putting little Lizzie in jail. I'm sorry. Hitting little Lizzie with his car, killing her. Sorry about that. Now, I don't know how that's going to play out, but that's how that scene was. And then we move on to, let's see, RK and Candace. It looks like they're talking at the hotel. RK is giving up Rocky, saying that, hey, Rocky gave you up. And then we see those two talking in Candace's room. Candace most likely tells him about the fact that you need to go after these old, lonely, desperate, loaded women. And remember in the Broken Washer, when those two were talking in the dining area of the hotel, Candace was telling Veronica, I'll send somebody over to your house. And then it looks like RK knocks on the door and walks in. Veronica doesn't want to have it. But then when he starts unbuttoning his shirt, yeah, it's on. I think later on, you know, she's having a drink saying that, I should have got divorced a long time ago. And then he's all up in her room going through her jewelry. He's like, I'm going to take this bitch for everything she's got. So then we wonder about RK. And to round things out, in the trailer, we have Wyatt being taken away in a straitjacket. It looks like Jeffrey calls some of the people at the rehab center and Wyatt is taken away. Then we have Justin, who came even though Jeffrey told him not to, and points a gun at them both. And then the question is, will Justin end up shooting them? I doubt it, but it will probably be to show how serious he is about those two being together. So with that being said, I think I covered everything in the trailer. Let me double check. Yeah, RK, Justin, Wyatt, Candace. Yeah, I think that about does it. So with that being said, be sure to check out my channel. This is a reason you need to subscribe, because I've done so many in-depth videos about different theories as well as this trailer. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, share it around. Let me know your thoughts on next week's episode. Also, what did you think of this week's episode of Broken Washer? I also uploaded my episode review yesterday. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.